Okay, Tony from Quinsanity here, going to show you how to cut a ceiling tile around the perimeter of a room. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is the piece right here we're trying to cut to size so it drops down in and fits correctly. First thing I like to do is measure from the center of this to the center of this. And what I have is from there to there I have an inch and a quarter. And then what I do is I will go cut that all the way through and then perform a notch thereafter. And I'll show you that next. Okay, we're back to our cutting station. So we're going to cut this to that inch and a quarter I spoke of earlier. Take and mark it inch and a quarter both ways on each side. And then once you mark it, take your straight edge or a square. That's what I used. Line up your marks. Use a very, very sharp knife so that way it doesn't damage the tile and you get a very good edge. So from there I just take and do very light cuts, maybe 3 or 4 cuts. So that way it follows that same line and it doesn't give you a bunch of bad edges. You can hear when you're through. So I put down a piece of scrap wood below it, right here, basically, so that way you cut through the wood and not anything else or your finished floor. Okay, everybody, we have our ceiling tile cut to width. We're going to set it into the track, and then we're going to mark the back edge. All right, then we push it down that front edge to the front track. Real easy. You can see what I'm talking about once you get started. And then once you do that, you can mark along the back edge. Mark along that whole back edge. And then that gives you a line to cut to. Alright, now that we've marked along that edge, we need to take our square, put it on those lines. Don't go all the way through. We're looking for about halfway. So, just take your time. That's the big thing. It's not a race. Just cut it about halfway. Then, what I like to do is I bought this little saw, or knife, if you will, from our local hardware or box store. And then, you can see you got a depth here. And it comes predetermined depth that way. It's the same depth as it is this way. So it'll cut right through it and do a good job. So start from the one end, just lightly push through. Just take your time. Okay. So it didn't quite cut all the way through. And what I do is I'll take my knife, utility knife, and like I said, just lightly go through it. Follow that same line that you just made with that tool. Pretty close. I need to go a little bit more on the other part. But just that part, it's very tedious. It does take some time. But I got it. So that's it as far as getting the right depth or cut all the way around so that way it fits in to that tray. And I'll show you that next. All right, we got a piece cut. Let's see if it fits. Oh man, like a glove. Couldn't be any better. Alright, if you like it, subscribe. Thanks, guys.